was a high-speed car chase.
During the race,
which I didn't see, but Mike was
come
involved
by me. Tires, they threw the tire strippers down. They ripped their tires off. The guy went flying
into the mangroves or
in the middle of like 1,000 people running up the side of that 7-mile bridge.
The chase,
it was unbelievable. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody? And welcome to episode 246 of the On the Runs podcast. We are coming to you live from Six Stars Kitchen, and she's had a few too many drinks already. But Six Star Erica, what's up?
I have not had that many yet.
Yeah, but you've had enough. You've had it. She's been feeling. You know the other thing? It's 77 freaking degrees in here right now.
It's fine if you're not moving around, which I don't tend to do in the house.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
planted
hot.
on a couch or in a chair like I am right now.
We are recording from her house because we have a few people here and we're doing 2 episodes with them. It's a heavy ultra marathon episode, and then
My favorite.
they wanted to do one with just us, and I don't like that. You know that. Well, what I mean is they want to interview us, and
You love talking about yourself. You do.
I would
You're
love
gonna
to
have
do
so
it
much
on
fun.
someone else's podcast. I don't want this, but we've agreed, and
I think some new listeners may need to get
I
to know
thought
us a
about
little
it.
bit
It's like
better.
once a year
It's
we
gonna
do
work
this.
out.
It's
Yeah.
like once a year now.
Yeah.
So, but we have an amazing episode today. It is our 5th episode of the Summer Love series. We're already more than halfway through the Summer Love series. We're going to get to them in a second. But if you're listening right now, in 2 days, we're going to be recording live from the corporate 5K. It is the Elliott Delta Dental 5K, the largest 5K in the state of New Hampshire. Are you ready for this?
Yes, because I don't have to run it.
She's excited.
I am more than happy to record.
She doesn't
from
like
it.
running. We talked in this ultramarathon episode how she just doesn't like running.
There's a reason. You got to go back and listen.
Well, no, go back.
Oh,
No,
go
it's
forward and
yeah,
listen.
it's not out yet. It's not out yet. But we couldn't do the Summer Love series without 3 amazing sponsors.
Mhm.
One of them, I'm wearing their t-shirt, and we're going to go there soon next week, and we're going to make some content with them that, friends have actually said they've gone and followed their Instagram, and they see their content. They see KJ, they see Jess. They're soon going to see 6-star Erica, soon to be 7-star Erica. They're going to see my ugly mug, and we got a few other people coming actually with us to make this content with Dr. Frank, because he's awesome, from Back in Action in Concord, New Hampshire. Are you excited to make content?
I kind of am because I'm not in charge of it. I will be a model as long as I
She's
don't have
never
to
been in
be
charge of it.
creative.
Unreal. Outside of that, we have My Race Tats. They're phenomenal. He's been on board for over a year. So guys, go support My Race Tats. Link in the show notes. When you buy My Race Tats, click that link. That helps us. And then super cool, UFOs has jumped on board. We got to shout them out because, man, I saw the email you wrote today, and I'm just like, I want to respond and tell Jen how cool this is. Our guests who hear this, most of the time, they don't know. It's been so cool to see their reaction when they learn they're getting a new pair of UFOs.
I love to be. It almost makes me feel like Santa Claus. Like I get to deliver.
Well, you'd
some
Mrs.
fun
Claus.
and whatever, same thing. But hey, I have to give props to UFOs as well because I have a good solid 4 pairs just on the floor over there. So
You also, can we talk about this?
Hmm?
You have big feet.
He fits in my sandals, you guys.
Yeah, I had to go outside and it was the ground was wet, and yeah.
I have normal size feet. People.
What?
You
No.
have small man feet.
You have big
man
lady feet.
No.
Our 2 guests today are awesome. I love the theme this series is taking. A guest is PodFam, and then we get to meet their partner. Essentially, that's what this entire series has become. That wasn't the idea when we started it, but that's what it has become. Are you excited for Katy and Mike?
Of course. They are 2 of my favorite people to run into during races. It's just, they're just so friendly and fun. And Katy is just a fantastic athlete. So I love following everything that she does race-wise.
Yeah, you're going to hear some amazing news too, because she going to. Well, I'm not going to. I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell you. You
gotta
got to listen. So,
Mhm.
6-star.
Here we go. On the On the Runs podcast, we have Katy and Mike Ricci. Enjoy, and we'll see you on the other side.
Hey runners, whether you're training for your first 5K or your 10th marathon, injuries don't have to be part of the journey. At Back in Action in Concord, New Hampshire, we specialize in keeping runners just like you strong, healthy, and on the road. We put together a free guide covering injury prevention and recovery. This is built for runners by runners. Download it for free in the show notes. And don't wait for something to hurt. Get the guide, stay in the game.
Our next two guests on the pod have seen all the highs and lows from breaking your back to winning it all. If you ever run into them at a race, they're always full of energy and excitement to share their stories. One of them also just podiumed in Lake Placid and is going to Kona, baby. Needless to say, we're wicked excited to have some local New Hampshire legends on the pod. Katy and Mike Ricci. What's up, guys?
What's up?
How you doing? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Guys. Oh, it's so nice to see you guys again because as Eric said in his intro, I ran into you guys last at a race and we got to catch up. It was like what, Hampton Half Marathon, like 2 years ago?
We had so much fun.
I was stealing all the free beer tickets and we were sharing a few beers together.
Yep, that was wise because that
was cold.
A frigid day and it was nice to go inside and have some friendly, warm faces to talk to while actually warming up because it was a bad day. It was so cold.
It was. Yeah. I actually, it's going to sound crazy, but I got bit by a dog like the day before that race happened. A German Shepherd. But that's just nonetheless.
Oh, Katy.
Not a big deal.
Side note. Me and the animals. Always in contact.
Bigger question is the dog okay?
The dog's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he still was roaming the streets.
I mean, he's still out there.
You and animals.
I know. I don't know whether they love me.
Yeah.
They love me.
So that's not the only time because Erica met you there, but you and I have run into each other a couple of times. Boston on the Saturday years ago. But then last year, do you remember, just before we hit record, we were talking about the live shows we've been doing, kind of like a Bob Babbitt. You were at the New Hampshire 10 miler last year, which was our first ever live show. John Mortimer gave us the opportunity to do it. And you were there with Mike, I don't know if you were there, but you were there with your friend.
He wasn't there
for that one. Yeah.
That was like one of the only races. Yeah, he wasn't there for that one for some reason. But we talked a bunch after that. Yeah, I remember. It was awesome. That's a great race.
Yeah. Well, that was the last one, but it was so much fun.
Oh,
I wonder
really?
if it's going to be this. Well, at Lake Massabesic, but they're doing a new one. It's in New Boston this year, so we'll see if that has the same kind of vibes as the other one did. We'll see.
Yeah, that one was beautiful. I love that one. It's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
We love the Lake Massabesic area. That's our
bike route.
Signature bike route.
Ooh.
Yes,
it's hilly as hell. I mean, it's really hilly up through Derry, and then
I did a lot of that.
21 coming back. Stair step is
paid
phenomenal
off.
Bike route. Yeah, she'll do that loop twice.
So. I was out there going, I should have done more biking, but what are you going to do?
It's a beautiful area. I love running all those trails. In fact, like when I got my driver's license, I grew up in Sandown, and we'll get to where you grew up in a minute.
Yeah, we come through there on 121. Yep.
Yeah. When I got my driver's license, me and my friends would load the mountain bikes in the car. Like, it's not just road biking trails. There's so many mountain biking trails in that area. But it's not about me. It's about the two of you. Now, Katy, the other cool thing is you came on this podcast like somewhere in the 40s, 200 episodes ago.
It was an early episode, yeah.
And we were like, we think it was the second ever episode we used video in Riverside to record. So
I'm honored.
Let's catch up with you real quick. What has happened in the last 200 episodes of time for Katy Cargiulo, who is now Katy Ricci?
Good luck with that, Katy.
So I think we got married after that. Yeah. A lot of training, obviously. A lot of racing. I did Bay State after that. I think I got fourth at Bay State after that one. I did Hartford Marathon. And I did Boston twice. I was really just running, not doing any tries. A lot of shorter races because I joined the Whirl Away race team since then. So we do a lot of stuff for the Masters team. We have a good Masters title going on. And we were actually able to take the team division win at Boston this year for the Masters for Whirl Away. So I've been racing really a lot of running with a little swimming and biking trickled in there, sprinkled in. So I never really gave that up. But yeah. Just a lot of road racing, trying to get my marathon time down. And really, that was it. Yeah, and just a lot of training.
Can I touch on two of those accolades that she never gives herself credit? we did a honeymoon half marathon. I talked her into going to Key West for our honeymoon. So because it was a half marathon on Isla Morada, which was awesome. I think
Yeah.
you took second.
Yeah, I guess.
Like 2 days after our wedding.
Beautiful.
We were down there, and that was awesome.
Oh, and there was a
then
high-speed car chase
during the race.
Which I didn't
Black
see, but Mike
SUVs
was
come
involved
by
in.
me. Tires, they threw the tire strippers down. They ripped their tires off. The guy went flying
Into the mangroves. Or
in the
whatever
middle
those are
of
called.
like 1,000 people running up the side of that 7
Mike's
mile
like, you didn't
bridge.
see the chase?
It was
I'm like, I heard.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Nuts.
And then
Not even
she
mild.
finished too quick to see it. So everyone was talking about it back at the resort. I'm like, yeah, you were
like, what?
done.
I'm like,
So-
what are you talking about? That's crazy.
And
It was
then
scary.
the other thing is the Boston Marathon, she had a tough lead up this year. And
Yeah, I did.
There
I
was
did.
questionable whether, not her coach, but
You
the
had injuries,
owner.
right? Like you were dealing
Yeah,
with some
I broke 2
foot?
bones in 4 months.
Oh
So
my god.
Was
I
it
broke
an
my
animal?
ankle October on Halloween, running on the rail trail, and then I was out for like 10 weeks of running there. And then I got back at it, and I was feeling really good. And like 4 weeks into that, it was January like 23rd. I broke my toe chasing Rocky around and kicked the wall and broke my toe. And it was a really bad toe break. It was like a joint. I fractured the joint, so it almost felt like my foot. So that was even longer of timeout. It was like a 12-week thing of no running. So for Boston, I had 5 weeks to get ready.
Oh wow.
I was
And
only
then
able to
there
run
was
for
some
5 weeks total.
question whether you were going to do it.
Yeah, I
or,
wasn't even
you know,
sure if I was
she
gonna
should
do
have
it.
done it or not. But then
Yeah.
she couldn't turn it down. You know, Boston, she was.
I'm like, it's Boston. I got to
So-
do it. If it was
It's
another race, I would have
Boston.
said no. you
Whirl,
know,
her
but-
team with
Yes.
Whirlwind, they took the Masters title.
Team, yeah.
And they won it, what they call the crystal ball, and she has like an engraved ball from Boston. It's really nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Well,
Crystal Bowl.
They combined
Crystal Bowl.
our
It's called.
times.
It's quite an award.
Yeah.
The Crystal Bowl. So
I
Yeah.
love this.
that was, and then she won
was-
Happy Valley. Yeah. So
I was
that-
happy about that. Really happy.
Yeah, so
And
those
then
are kind of big moments.
And then recently we just did I started to get back into tries this year. I got the itch again out of nowhere last season. I'm like,
I need
hon,
that again.
I'm gonna buy a really expensive bike. He's like, okay, yeah, I think you should get what you want this time. I'm like, all right. So I went
it
and I did
right.
everything I
Yeah.
wanted to do that I never did when I was racing before. All the bells and whistles. He's like, just go for it. So I got a custom bike made. I was really excited about, and that got me back out there. I got that in like February. I started really training after Boston, and I was like, I'm gonna do a half. I did that half in Happy Valley, and I was able to place first in my age there.
Not a big deal.
And then that was sort of a tune-up
Yeah.
for this, and then I placed third there. So, we're still getting back at it. It's, the biking takes a lot to get back to that volume where running is going to feel normal.
Right.
So
True.
a lot of work to do, but you're really building off of those other races, for years, to get where you want to be. So
Did you
We
do a
feel it.
custom bike fit? Like you go to a bike shop? There's one
Yes.
in Liberty. Did you go to Fitworks?
I
Oh,
go to
yeah.
Fitworks. Yes. I think Dean is one of the best fitters I've ever been to.
Dean
So
fitted me.
shout out to Dean.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing a little work on the cockpit. I got something going on there. So, yeah, I'm going back to him again for Kona. So,
Yes.
yeah, he's great. He's
That's
great.
so cool. Sad news. Very, very sad news. But when I get the itch, it will be more excitement. I just sold my triathlon bike.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Did.
All right.
Yeah.
When I get the itch again, I will go see Dean and I'll get a
Yeah.
brand new sparkling
Yeah.
tri bike with
Right.
all the bells and whistles. But Mike, I
Yeah.
need your credit card.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
You're funding the whole
no, I'm
operation.
kind of going through a little of that too. I'm getting the itch. I might do a half next year, but I've been building my bike up. So like while I have the time and there's no pressure,
Yeah.
I did my headset over. I've modified my cockpit in the front.
He's like,
I put new water bottles bosses, where you screw in your water bottles. Mine are all corroded. I had to put new rivets in for that. I've been just slowly making my bike. I
Piece
bought
by
a disc.
piece.
I bought a set of zip wheels, and I'm not even racing. I bought a disc and a 404
a disc, dude. He bought a
on
disc.
Marketplace just because I had to have it.
Do you guys know who's
Like, that's
not getting
And
the
I'm not
itch?
even racing.
This guy's not getting the itch.
Yeah.
There's an actual so I had a road bike and I haven't had a road bike in a couple of years. I've only had the triathlon bike. My road bike got stolen. So
Oh.
I've been riding my triathlon bike not as much, and then I'm like, I just need to sell it and buy a road bike.
Yeah.
And I'll build those miles up again, do some fun rides, group
Yep.
rides. one of my favorite rides. It's like 80 miles, but you got to add 20 to get the century after. But basically, bike from my house to the beach and back.
That's like what we do.
And
Yeah.
I was like, I want the road bike again. So I'm selling the triathlon bike, and I will get a road bike in the winter.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, honestly. Is you get out on the road bike. I mean, that's good where you want the base miles anyway.
Yeah.
But I
and
don't really ride a road bike right now. I have 2 tri bikes and a gravel bike. But
You have 2 tri bikes?
But a
yeah, I have
gravel
one
bike.
for inside. Oh, because he
Yeah.
said
Out.
the one stipulation was okay. You can get a new bike, but you cannot ride that thing inside and sweat all over it
She
because
destroys.
you destroy things.
She
sweating.
destroys. The bike.
I mean, I have like literally.
She's like
I had a crank arm just come off the bike
Every-
with the shoe attached. I mean,
when we were racing. you
I'm not
know,
kidding.
When we were
Like,
racing and traveling a lot.
from sweating on it.
At one time, she was doing 1, maybe 2 Ironmans a year because she's done 20 now. And we were doing a couple halves and traveling. I had so much trouble working on her bike whenever we broke it down because of all the corrosion and the salt. It was.
You gotta stop sweating
So
on
I'm
this
like,
bike inside.
I
I'm like,
told her, now you have your race bike
Yeah.
and you have your train.
so I just
There
sweat
we
all
go.
over that one,
Let her-
and then I just use this one outside, and I honestly think it's worked out great
Yeah.
because
So
if the bike has to go to the shop or whatever, I have the 2. Honestly, it
I
really
think
does
That's
work out.
awesome. Mike.
If you can
smart
do it,
thinking.
but yeah.
But I got myself a road bike, but I got it on a marketplace.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is what you should do.
I bought
honestly.
a $250 full carbon frame, full Ultegra,
Oh, it's
25-year-old.
probably my stolen bike.
Maybe. It's
Can you
25-year-old
Hey, we
bike.
got it at Hampton Beach. If that's like
Yeah,
the guy,
yeah.
I could tell you who he was.
25-year-old bike, and I went through it, and I love it. It's just a great little climbing bike, and it's a sweet road bike, but it's old. But I love it.
Hey, if
So-
it
Yeah.
still works, who cares?
yeah, yeah, I like the
Exactly.
nostalgia of it. It's fast. I
Well,
put
he comes
my
out with me, and he's fine.
I
on
put in
it.
my old set of carbon race wheels on it, and
That's
it flies.
nice. That's
It's nice.
The
Yeah.
guy who stole my bike, he actually stole my truck, and my bike was on
Oh my God.
above the truck bed, locked, and it's one of those locks where you take the front wheel off. So the
Yeah.
front wheel rides underneath the truck bed cover. And when we found my truck, when the police found the truck, the bike was gone, but the wheel was still in the truck. So I said, this guy
Wow.
must be really good at riding a wheelie.
What? Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. You're like an idiot.
Wow, you had to steal the bike, huh? That's pretty low.
Yeah, I know. That's so
I know.
low.
I
That's
think
It was
awesome.
a specialized
Truck
Roubaix. I
wasn't-
loved it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, that's a
Oh,
great
wow.
bike. Oh my
Loved it.
goodness.
But again, not about me, about the 2 of you. Let's learn about Mike. Mike, we know a lot about Katy, and I want to get into
Yeah.
your Ironmans, and I want to get into the story when she ran into a deer. But I want to
Sure.
know a little bit about you. Where are you from originally? What did you do growing up? Were you a runner, an athlete, a hockey player? What was? Give me
Okay.
Mike's story here.
So I'm from Methuen. I came
Could you
from
tell?
a family of 5 siblings. 5 siblings. I had 2 brothers. We lost one, and I had 2 sisters. So we grew up 3 brothers in hockey rinks. Actually, I grew up near you, Erica. I should say I didn't grow up in Methuen. I grew up in Tingsboro because I spent my whole life in that hockey rink.
Skate
The
There you
skate
go.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go up there and play 2-3 games on a night. My dad would come over, and I just remember him standing behind the glass, drinking his coffee, watching me play. And then I'd jump on it with another team and another team. So hockey was really my life, my passion. I went on to captain my high school team, 4 years varsity, and then I played a year at Merrimack College. And then that didn't go great. I wasn't the greatest student, and I had some. I
Dude,
was
you
just
played
struggling.
D1 hockey.
Yeah, they were D1. They just had gone D1 at the time. So I played with Andy Hines there and Rivnak, who went on to play in the NHL, our goalie. And then I went up to Canada. I lived with a family up in Messina, New York, and I played in the CJHL Junior Hockey League up there and played like a 60-game schedule up there. And then I went to a free agent camp down in Cape Cod and met up with Steve Carlson, who's one of the original 3 Hanson brothers.
Yep.
So that's like the story of my life.
Eric,
He invited me out to Cape. Yeah,
Slap
so he
shot.
invited me
Put
out
on
to
my
his cottage
So happy you know that.
in Cape Cod, and basically I signed on with the Johnstown Chiefs and gave up my college eligibility. But I didn't play that long. I played a little while in the East Coast League. I played with the Johnstown Chiefs for just like preseason, and then got put on waivers and played with the Erie Panthers a little bit. But I didn't make much of a career. My brother got sick and passed. We had an awful moment around that time in the family. And I was struggling to find my way with hockey. I tell Katie my biggest mistake in life was I moved up to forward and I should have stayed with defense. I was a great defenseman at a younger age, but in high school I wanted to play forward. So, but I should have stuck with that. So that's my hockey background. And then, just grow. And then I got a job at Gillette manufacturing and became a manufacturing technician. And I've been there for 33 years with the company.
Wow.
Living here in Salem. I worked in Southie for 15 years of that. And hockey and golf. We were a big golf family. My brothers, we all played golf. We played high school golf and racket sports. My dad had us playing a lot of tennis and that. But my brothers were better athletes than me as far as tennis and golf. I was just okay with that. But
What made you do the transition to get into the tries and the running and
Triathlon?
the biking and all that stuff?
So I always wanted to do an Ironman. I just inspired by the old Dave Scott and Mark Allen Iron War videos, and I just loved it and watching Kona videos. But so I ended up let's see if I can run a marathon first. I always liked Disney World. When my kids were little, I was always taking them to Disney. So
Was that your first marathon?
that was my
Disney?
first. Yeah, I went down there in 2012. Ran the Disney Marathon, and then and I ran Chicago twice. I PR'd in Chicago. I had a really good run there. I didn't qualify for Boston, but I was getting down there. I was getting fairly close.
Mike's a good runner.
Yeah, I did pretty well in Chicago the first year. And then so I did that twice because I love going there, Columbus.
I
That's a
love
great,
Chicago.
Great.
Seems like
yeah,
it's so cool.
awesome.
I know. I always want to do Chicago.
Yeah, and then I transitioned into triathlon, and I did my first half. I think was the White Mountains, and it was
Beautiful. That's my favorite. Well, Mont Tremblant's my favorite, but White
Mont Tremblant.
Mountains is it's my favorite triathlon photo I have of me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Swim.
Cold
That's
swim
awesome.
in the early days. They had it real early, and I think I had a 50.8 degree swim, and the guy's like, not to be confused with 58.
Not
He's
fun.
like, so we were like doubling up the caps, but once you get going,
get through it.
wasn't
Everything's
bad. And
done,
the bike course was a beast. Even the run used to really bring you down the valley and then back. It was tough, but and I loved it.
That's the one that's put on by Millennium, right? Because I think that's
Now
the one
it
that.
is.
Okay, because one of my friends does that. She did the Olympic this year, but she usually would do the sprint. So I mean, it's still a lot.
Yeah, it's
Those
one of the
hills are no joke.
toughest. Then I did Timberman. That was another one I loved. And then I just really got into it. And then I did my first full was I went up with just my daughter to Placid. I DNF'd that. I just wasn't ready. I don't think mentally and.
What year was this that you tried
that
it?
was, I think, 2014 when they had the thunderstorms come in, and
It was because I was doing
it was
Whistler.
cold.
I didn't know him.
and I
then,
was underdressed.
I was
but
just
that
gonna
same
ask.
day I did Whistler, and I had a family friend that did that race, and I remember her mother telling my aunt about how bad the weather was and how it was just poured rain the whole time and all this. This is before I met him.
I DNF'd. I was cold. They said it was hypothermia, but to be honest with you, if I had the experience now, I know I would have got through that day. Because I think
Just
I've
put
raced
clothes on.
just as harsh conditions,
Put on a jacket.
So, but it really experience can make a difference. But I was like shaking, and once your body temperature gets down
It's
or
game over.
or
Yeah.
too high, it's hard to bring it back.
Exactly.
But so that was a bad day.
Yeah.
And I remember walking back to the hotel with my bike and just my daughter out looking for me on the bike course.
Oh no!
At what
It was
point did you DNF?
At the
But
end of the
keen descent.
keen descent.
Okay.
Which I
didn't go too
understand.
far on the bike.
I mean,
I
could
got
see.
really, really cold. I mean, like I said, I was just in the tri kit. I think it was in like the 40s that day, and
Ooh,
I just
yeah.
was shaking and cold, and
In rain, forget it.
yeah, I don't know.
Well,
But we've done some work.
Going 50. It's
was
like,
it
yeah.
July?
it's-
It was that race is always in July, right?
Yeah, it was July.
Lately
Yeah.
in July, these past few weeks, it's dropped to like the low 50s at night, which is beautiful, right?
Yeah,
No
I
complaints
know.
here.
Lake Placid in the mountains on a morning like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I was scared this
Yeah.
time because they're like, it's
It was
49 real
crazy.
feel. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Oh no!
And I made a lot of first timer mistakes, putting pressure on myself. I got frustrated getting out of the swim. I felt like I
Yeah.
couldn't get around
Yeah.
people, and I just was like, I don't know. I just didn't handle it
Well, you know what you needed? You needed a girlfriend who was experienced with triathlon.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell us that
I don't know if
story.
you will listen to me. No, I'm kidding.
How did the two of you meet? Because we
Oh.
now know you DNF'd to triathlon first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
this is an interesting story. So actually, we met through my ex-boyfriend,
Yes.
who he doesn't care. Like he would let us tell the story. Like he's fine with it. He's a really cool guy. Whatever. But I was living in Utah at the time. I came out here every year, every summer, because my uncle actually had a beach house down by Seabrook or whatever. And my whole family lives here. So I came to visit them and I would do Timberman the same week. So I do Timberman, hang out at the beach the rest of the week, then fly back. So I was here doing that. My ex-boyfriend was with me. We were on the beach hanging out after that race. And my ex-boyfriend saw some guy wearing an Ironman hat. Meanwhile, the ex-boyfriend didn't do Ironmans. He was just really supportive. So he's like, oh, that guy's wearing an Ironman hat. Now, this is when like not a lot of people were like wearing these hats and like doing these things. It wasn't as much as now. It wasn't as common. So he's like, oh, that guy's an Ironman hat on. Goes and starts talking to him. I'm over with my mom just hanging out. Finally, it was so long. I went over and I'm like, what are these guys talking about? Like, whatever. And so we got introduced that way. And then I went back to Utah. We became friends on social media. And then basically when me and my boyfriend broke up, we were still in contact via social media talking about triathlons. And we started to like sort of click. And then
My daughter was going to Italy with Northern Essex Community College for like a 3-week trip. And she invited me out to Utah. And I'm like, and I was really into triathlon. She's telling me about it. They're a friend group where they ride all kinds of elevation. I'm like, sounds amazing. So I went out. And
well, I think did I go out here first in April? I think I came out here in April 1st.
I missed you one time. You came out, but we didn't meet up.
I came in April to visit you during the Boston Marathon. That was like our first time. That was like our first date.
That's right. Yeah.
Basically, it was me coming out.
That's right.
And then you came to St. George, and
After
we did a half Ironman together.
Oh wow!
It was like our second date.
Yeah, our first race was the half. That's right.
That escalated quickly.
Then he came. So it was like our first date was basically me coming out for the Boston Marathon. Second date was like him coming out to do half Ironman.
70.3 St. George. Yeah.
And then the third date was him coming out to train with me and my friends, which he was like, he did great actually.
It was like
we did the Alpine.
Before,
it was crazy.
They took me on some crazy loop a week before I was doing the White Mountains half, because I had done that one like 3 times. I think it was like my third time doing the White Mountains one. And I kept questioning and asking her coach, you sure? You think I should go back? Like, you sure I should be doing this the week before? He's like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I was fine. But you worry as a triathlete, am I tapering? When you're that much into it, all we did was eat, sleep, and talk about triathlon for those years, So it was like, I said, should I be doing this? Is this too much?
Right.
They destroyed me out there on those rides.
And then basically after that, I think it maybe came out one more time, and then I moved in with him. It was like a 6-month span. Yeah, I moved over. I left Utah and moved here and moved in with him. And ever since then, we've been together.
Nice. And now you have a family of 3, as we can see.
Well, yes, I'm like, time out. We got to talk about the dog.
I'm like, I've been patting him down here. I'm like, they're going to be wondering why I'm reaching down to the floor. Katy was brave. She moved in with me and my daughter and my son and my son's now wife. So she moved in with three me and 3 adult kids. So.
It was a change, but honestly,
bathroom
I wouldn't change a thing. It was such crazy time. Yeah, it was awesome.
Now we're all close.
I love training out here too, so it's like kind of like a nice change up. I'd been out there for 10 years, whatever.
Now, Katy, you're originally from the East Coast. Your family's here too.
I'm from New York, actually, born and raised. That's where my dad's from. He's from the Bronx. But my mom is from Bradford or Haverhill, whichever you want to say. And she moved to New York with my dad. But so all of my mom's side of the family is here. So like all my cousins, all my aunts, uncles, my mom, before she passed. And then, so they're all out here. So when I moved here, it was just a coincidence that he lived here and they lived down the road. So it's almost like a double win too. Because I was moving back to see his family too. It's like, so it worked out really well. But I'm originally from New York.
It turns out crazier than I thought.
And just moving with my aunt.
Yeah, she had a plan B. Just like when she was.
I'm glad you didn't need the plan B. It worked out in the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I've never been too scared about moving around. So
That's crazy first few dates. Date 1, Boston Marathon. Date 2, Ironman St. George. Date
Yeah, we were.
3,
Yep.
epic training day.
Yeah, and he was staying with me, and we were staying with each other. It wasn't like, oh, just a date,
Yeah, yeah.
So, but it worked out. We just had so much in common. We just clicked.
We really remember that
And-
St. George morning because that race is a little, even though it was a half, I went back and did the full, but it's daunting morning. You have to get up at like 3:30. We're on you're on a school bus and it's a long ride out to the reservoir. We talk about how quiet that dark that bus was. Everybody
I felt
on
like
that
we were
bus.
getting shipped to jail.
It's like we were
I
going.
mean,
we
and
it
we're
was
looking at
us,
each other like,
we
this
were
sucks.
relatively new together, and
Yeah, we're trying to. Yeah, we
it's
like
just
barely
it's
knew
just
each
one of those
other.
thoughts that stay deep in your head, like that like remember that morning?
Yeah,
So
we'll never forget that.
good bonding time.
Yeah, definitely.
So how long has it been now that you guys have been together? And then you just got married within
10
the past
years.
couple of years? Oh, so 10 years together.
Yeah,
and
so we
then-
were 8 years together before we got married, and we've been married for like 3 now.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
8 to 10 years. Yeah.
And at the time, Mike, sticking with Ironmans here, you only had the DNF on the full. Like, have you done your full
No,
yet?
you've done Quebec.
I did. Oh, since that DNF in Placid, I did 5 Ironmans after that. Yeah.
But
so
when
that was my
when we met, he did Quebec.
Yeah.
done-
So I had the Quebec Mont Tremblant half on. I went up there. My parents actually went up with me, and I did the full.
Yeah.
And it was really, really hot too. It was crazy. They were all worried I was going to DNF again, my parents, because they're like,
Oh.
I went from cold Placid to like, they
There's
were
no
like doubling up the
in-between.
aid stations that year in Mont Tremblant because it was so hot.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a good race. So yeah, I've come back with 5 full strong since
Yeah.
my DNF.
That area, that's where I did my only full. It is
Yeah.
beautiful. I've
Isn't
been
it?
there 3-4 times. I've also been to Lake Placid 3 or 4 times. The courses are probably very similar, but I'm having a hard time deciding. Like, I have to do Placid.
Okay.
I am devastated. They don't do the full.
Have the full.
Tremblant
I know,
anymore.
it's terrible.
Really?
It was
I know.
I'm hoping they'll bring it back.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
we just
know.
started a petition.
I don't
It's
know.
like, everyone
Well, it's
wants
the
it.
town thing. I think they have to get Ironman has to renew the contract. They must not have
So great. though.
allowed it or
So
something
great.
because the race director up there loved triathlon. Like he wanted the full to be in the first years we went up there. They had the coffee boat out there like Kona. Like he wanted to be like the next best thing.
And
like
a training
Kona.
like center.
We met the
was-
race director a number of times, and
Yeah.
so if it had to be a thing. I'm wondering that they didn't let Ironman do the couple weekends a year up there because it was awesome. The fulls, and I love the half up there. We've done the half.
Tons of time.
That was like our home course, the half and
Yeah.
the full
It's
every year.
It's
Yeah,
not
for
was
2
great.
years.
ideal spectator course.
Yep.
It's great.
Everything in the village.
Yep.
Right.
Placid's pretty good too.
Yeah.
That one's a.
I was going to ask for a
gem.
comparable because Mont Tremblant is a ski mountain. You're
Yeah.
basically in a ski village. There's ski in and ski out condos all over the place. There's hotels right in the village.
Yeah.
Where Lake Placid, I feel like it's more spread out accommodation wise. You got a couple hotels. They're probably super expensive, but it's not the ski town with thousands of beds and places for people to sleep where you have to get in and out probably earlier. Logistically, is Lake Placid harder than Mont Tremblant for not
This
really
trip-
talking
this
about all
trip-
the other parts?
Yeah, I mean,
We stay like 15 miles away, which is awesome. It's actually on the bike course, which worked for us. But if we stayed in there, I think it would have been.
we were surprised. There's
Able to
actually
find a spot.
quite a few
Hotels.
like small motels and hotels, and they're all kind of nice, even though they like look like motels. They're
Yeah.
well updated and clean, and I don't think it would be that bad. We were surprised because I even said to him, surprised we didn't bounce back and forth a little more with Placid and Mont
Because the
Tremblant.
little village there is really cool. Because like all the Olympic
Yes.
influence,
Yeah.
But
it's next level cool.
so I always had your same thoughts about
too.
Placid, but this last trip we got around quite easy. Even the day of the race, I
Yeah.
drove her in and dropped her at transition and found a spot up
And
the
it was
road
easy.
to park. And
Really
they do have
easy.
shuttles.
You were able to drive in. That's awesome.
Yeah, he
Right,
drove
but,
me
I
and
mean-
dropped me off, and then he figured it out.
But race
his-
morning, Mont Tremblant, there's nothing like that. And literally, you walk out of your hotel and walk
Yeah.
to transition. So
For-
there is that. Yeah.
For those listening, a comparable, because how many people have really been to Mont Tremblant outside the three of us here?
Yeah.
Mont Tremblant is kind of like Waterloo Valley, where you have one road that goes in and out. And so that road is closed on the race day. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you have to be there the night before, If you're going to race,
Yep, because
Yeah.
your car's like
especially on the
there.
full.
Yeah, because our car got like stuck in that parking lot. Remember?
Yeah.
During the race.
Yeah.
It's like stuck there. You can't, access. So when I got hurt,
She had the
it was an
accident
issue.
up
Our
there.
car was stuck
We had a tough
because we were
time.
staying in the village.
That's right.
So, but yeah, it's I would say as far as like, level of hardness of the two courses, Placid is harder than Quebec.
Okay.
100%.
Well, it's on my bucket list as well as skiing in July and a bunch of other things, but that one's
But
actually
it's,
doable.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a little more beautiful than Quebec, the bike. Because, you got that highway stretch in Quebec, which is awesome and fun, but it's not as beautiful as Placid.
Yeah, Erica, essentially they shut down like an interstate in Mont Tremblant. And for,
No way.
for
It's crazy.
60 of your 120 miles, you're riding on a highway.
Like the turnarounds like on a highway. It's just insane.
Yeah.
One good thing
That's
about
so
Placid is you can train up there a little easier year
True.
round. You can literally bike that
And
course.
the swim.
There's some sketchy
Unbelievable.
sections, but you can literally bike the whole course. They don't have to close the highway down for
True,
you.
true.
But I mean, Tremblant was that was our spot. But now that we kind of really got a little attached to Placid this last
The
trip.
swim in
Yeah.
Placid, I have to correct myself, is way easier. Like it's easier than any swim I've ever done. It's the easiest swim ever, and it's perfect temperature, and you're in a wetsuit. It's like, the swim is ideal in
All
Placid.
right. 6
Ideal.
car. That's your first Ironman.
I'm
Lake
looking at
Placid.
you, Eric. You're like,
That swim is
Yeah.
beautiful. It's. I mean, even if you have wind, we had no chop even with the wind. I mean, there's nothing. But in Tremblant, you can get a lot of chop. It can be cold, and it can feel like a really long way, like in Mont
it
Tremblant.
is a really long way.
Well, Erica, Mont Tremblant is one.
You got to make it feel like less.
Yeah, Mont Tremblant is basically you swim a full mile out and then you turn into full. So when you're out that mile,
okay.
you're
Yeah,
like,
it's always when you can see the end, but you're not getting any closer
well,
to it.
no,
You're
you
like,
can't see the end. You
you can't even see it. Oh yeah, in the water.
Lake Placid is 2 laps, so maybe the
That
furthest
was great.
out is a half a mile.
Understandable.
Yeah, and you can train on that before the race really easily.
Both areas
And
beautiful.
so, yeah.
People are super nice, both places. We just had great experience.
And both lakes are like in the center of the hub, which makes it really cool. You go down there, everyone's like, it's just really cool to have the lake like right where the hub of everything is.
And Eric,
That
if
makes
you
it-
go back for the half again, there's a great swim center right there in Mont Tremblant, indoor lap pool. It's awesome.
Okay.
It's beautiful that you can use. Because we made friends up there when she was pro. We got homestays, so we stayed with families up there.
That's cool.
And
we're still friends with them.
And we're friends. They keep saying, "When you guys coming back? When you coming back?" We
They're
love
the
them.
coolest people ever.
So cool. Their son played Canadian football. Their daughter works for
She
Ironman.
works for Ironman, yeah.
And
She's
then
like
the other
director.
son manages hotels, and he does the half. Now they do the half together. The brothers, nice, wonderful people.
Shout out to the Ellies.
So the Ali's, they're constant. When you guys coming back up? And
Love it. Well, let's talk about this year's Lake Placid because I don't know if this was a shock to anyone. It wasn't to me, but your post seemed very happy and surprised. Tell us about Lake Placid. Like you just got the itch again. Mike took out the credit card. He said, "Get all the bells and whistles." I mean,
he is good like that. With
Yeah.
the,
working
when I
Sundays.
with it.
I'm working Sundays
Sundays
again.
overtime. I got the itch again. Yep. I had all those broken bones in the beginning of the season. So I think a lot of the training for getting over those broken bones too helped with this because I was doing like up to 200 miles a week on the bike with the broken ankle and the broken foot because I was able to do that and swim with one ankle, just one foot. So I did a lot of that in the cross training for Boston. And then preparing for this, it was kind of hard because usually Mike would be able to bike with me a lot more, but I was doing my long bikes on Thursdays because that sort of fit into the plan better. And then I can spend, do other workouts on the weekends that I need to do too to make it fit. But usually Mike would be sort of training with me, but we have the dog now, so it's hard. So I was doing a lot of the biking by myself. I would do Massapesic twice, all the time, like every week. I'd do that twice. That was like 85 miles. And I really didn't go any longer than that for the training. So I wasn't, I was prepared for the bike, but it was almost like we were preparing for me to like do solid. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say we were going crazy like we used to. It was just sort of like, let's get a solid bike in. Let's make sure that I can run off the bike, which was pretty tough during the race. And then my swim was pretty good too. So my coach wasn't too worried about that, but I think we could have done
Coach
some
is
more
big
bike
on
miles
swimming.
leading into it. I didn't do that much running going into it. Cause we're finding almost like if I run less, I almost am okay with running a little less. We don't need to hammer the run miles too much. But I think with not having enough bike mileage under my belt, the race was really hard running. Like I usually should be able to pick up some time, and I was just dying, absolutely dying on the run. So, so Mike in full support. We did the half before that to prep, and then headed out there. Leading into the race, I was an absolute basket case because of the cold, the thinking of the cold, and they were projecting rain. And then, I'm thinking going down that Keen descent, and it's going to be 49 real feel, and I don't do well in the cold. I'm like, I might be out of this race before it even gets going, babe. Like, I don't know. And he's just like, like we do with everything, we pick away the logistics. What are you going to wear? What's the best case? I mean, we must have talked about jackets, vests, and arm warmers for 4 days straight, 24/7. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times I brought it up to him, to the point where he's just like,
You'll appreciate
and he listened every time and was like, we would talk it out every time, and just, and because the day before was pouring rain, so that doesn't help, and so you're just like, what am I going to do if it's like this? Like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Like going 50 down a canyon. Like I'll be DNFing before. And he's just like, you got to just stick with the plan, come up, wear something, don't chance it, wear something.
Yeah.
And then you'll be okay after that, first 30 miles. You just have to get through that. And so a lot of logistics, a lot of bouncing ideas back and forth. Race morning comes and I looked at the weather. At 3:30 in the morning, it said 0% chance of precipitation.
Beautiful.
And that just turned my brain around to the positive. And so then I was like, okay, it's go time. Let's freaking do this thing. And so, prep to get there went well, dropped me off. I had a plan, everyone's covering their bike seats in their cockpits with plastic bags. I'm like, it's okay if your bike gets wet. If we're pouring rain out there, your bike's going to get wet.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
I'm coming out of the water wet. Doesn't matter if I sit on a wet saddle. But what I do is I just bring a wet towel for the morning, wipe off the bike.
Yeah.
So
And go.
I was,
So, the prep was easy. I'm like 2 bottles on the bike. Boom. I tried to simplify it.
I was very fortunate over the years to attend pro meetings and sit in the back and stand in the back with the age group bracelet and tell them, oh, no, you guys go ahead. I'm not a pro, please. I'm just standing in the back. And they'd bring family members. So I literally would get to hear Lionel Sanders, Verinda Cartwright, Sebastian Kienle, Andy Potts in do the same. Like, it's unbelievable. These phenomenal athletes were so humble pre-race and concerned of the same concerns, and it doesn't go away.
No,
I'm not saying we're all like this, but
and it doesn't go
maybe
away.
it's, but it's definitely common. The pre-race jitters are unreal, and I've seen it firsthand from the very best, as I was very privileged to be able to experience.
I hadn't done an Ironman in
awesome.
4.5 years. So I'm thinking, I don't even know if I can finish this thing. Like, you have to get yourself to the start line, not get injured, blah, 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 right? Get all the things in. That's hard enough. Then you've got to finish the thing, which is 140 miles.
I know,
and you're
right?
thinking, I don't even want to think about that. And then you have to put yourself into a position where you're going to place, if you want to place for Kona. So I had those little thoughts of Kona swirling in my brain, but I have to be realistic and think I haven't done one of these in 4.5 years. You don't know how you're going to feel. You could literally just end up walking. You could just, you could be out because it rains, whatever.
Right.
But so I have to keep those things in mind, and that makes it nerve wracking. But when that gun goes off and I'm out there, it's just this is what I'm like. Yeah, I just feel the flow of it. And I'm like, this is what I want to be doing with my life. So I'm like, yeah, this feels good. And, I came out of the swim. He wasn't able to tell me what place I was in out of the swim, but I saw him. He's like, baby, waved to me. And I'm like, I felt like I had a good swim, but I wasn't sure. So, but I'm like, so I was in a good headspace getting onto the bike. Didn't get that cold. Came down the Keen descent. A little bit of sun came out. So I was jamming. I'm good. I'm going, I'm like feeling good. And then I saw him after the first loop of the bike, and he said I was in first in my age. So that gave me a boost of confidence. But I know how these ladies can bike. So, And I'm not the fastest cyclist out there. So I'm like, all right, I just have to maintain this. And even if I'm in the top 5 off the bike, that's going to be okay. I get off the bike and he's like, and I'm coming out of the run and it took me everything I had to get out of that tent and get out on the run because that bike course was very, very hard. It's 8,000 feet of like elevation.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Your legs are totally toasted. You feel like, you're feeling rough when you're running from that bike drop to the transition. You're like, how am I going to run? First mile out, I'm feeling like garbage. Like legs are not there. But I'm like, they'll come around, whatever. So I see him. He's like, you're in third. I'm like, oh, man, like, okay, well, I lost 2 spots. So, and I'm thinking, how am I even going to do this run?
And I'm thinking she's going to run him down because that's
he's like, run him down. I'm
her
like,
forte. I was like, this is your race. Like,
Pick
you
him
know,
off.
You got him right where you
the
want.
run typically is my forte, but right now, this is my thing I can't run. So.
You know, it was a great day. And post race, her coach is wonderful, and she nails it right away. No, she's right. Made Katy feel great. No, it's not your run. Your run's where it needs to be. It's we need a big bike build. So now she's going to do a big bike build to set up that run because her run is. Her run
it should be something I can gain time on. It was, really bad. So I'm feeling like garbage just the whole time. After about 8 miles, he's like, "You're catching these girls. You get 4 minutes of that," and it gave me a little boost. But after that, it was just one foot in front of the other for the next 18 miles of just do not walk.
It's so long.
And it took me everything I had in my soul to say, do not walk. Because if you keep moving, if you get third, you may get that spot, it's a very big possibility you're going to get a spot. And if you get 4th, 5th, that's okay. You might get thrown into the performance pool. You'll probably still get a spot, but you have to keep moving because if you walk, your time's not going to be fast enough. So I just that was the mentality, was just keep moving forward and with a shuffle, and that's it. And then I made it to the finish, and he said, you got third. I think he thought I was going to be disappointed, but really I was just happy to be done. So
I don't blame you at all.
Dale, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to jump in because I think this is a really cool connection and everything, but mantras. We have had this sponsor for well over a year called My Race Tats, and it's those tattoos that are like mantras. You also had a mantra, and you tied in Lake Placid with that mantra. Tell everyone about it.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with that movie Miracle. I'm obsessed with her books.
She's obsessed with the movie.
I've watched that movie
I'm the
more
hockey
times
player.
than
She
anyone.
knows more about the players, their names than I do.
To tell you what I was doing on the bike to pass the time to take my brain off things, I was saying the names of the players in order. And I kept saying like Janicek, Craig, Pavlik, you know what I mean? And Aruzioni, Silk. Schneider. I mean, I know all the, and I just kept saying them over and over.
We were talking too before the race, but Herb Brooks said some of his players, the legs feed the wolf. The legs feed the wolf.
The legs feed the wolf, gentlemen. But my main
great
mantra,
moments are created by great opportunity.
And it all
that's
makes
what
sense.
she really did in Placid. She created a moment for us to do a family trip now to Hawaii because she gave herself that opportunity. She kept plugging away, her and her coach. They plug away. They plug away.
Broken bones. We're going to plug away.
Great at managing.
We're still going to do
anything
Boston.
that comes her way. She's up every morning and going every day.
But the play your game was my mantra because that's what I told Mike. I'm like, if you can yell anything at me, say play your game because that is the thing. It's like, don't pay attention to what other people are doing. You don't know what's going on out there. You could just shuffle this in and still get third. But you need to not concentrate on what's going on with everyone else or whatever, and just focus on what you can do for your race and just do what you can do to get to the finish line. And it's the same in training. It's like, don't worry about what everyone else is doing. You just stay the course, stay focused. And that's it. I mean, really stay focused. That's, the main thing, but play your game is like a perfect mantra for that. And where better to do it than in Lake Placid, where the last bit of that, hockey game that they won, he's screaming at them, play your game. Like, don't let the craziness of this take your focus away. Stay focused, do your thing, don't worry about them, worry about what we've got. And that it's so true. It's so you could apply that to any race. I mean, it's especially
that is such
Ironman.
A good one. That is so good.
It is. I tell them all the time, just hold up a poster that says play your
started
game.
way before
That's my mantra.
She was on
way before,
a long time ago. Yeah.
And I just love at the end of that in that movie where he's just they said that's all he kept saying to them was play your game. Play your game. And I'm just it gives me chills thinking about it because it's just so cool.
Yeah.
You really can apply it to so many things. And I'm glad that that was the thing that got you through this. And Mike, I have to say, I follow along on your social media because like,
Yeah.
I love that you're there for Katy and you give her these tips. You're like, hey, you
Oh.
are only 2 spots behind. You can pick them off. And I'm just like waiting. I'm like, oh, is he going to
Yeah.
show the next video where
Yeah.
she did pick them
You have
off?
to
Like,
do
I'm
that,
like, it's my favorite show.
I know.
Like,
I've-
everybody be quiet. My
Yeah,
favorite
it
show
was
is on.
funny.
a lot of people
Pennsylvania.
comment. They liked it. They really liked the play-by-play. And tried
Yeah.
to do it a little more. It was a little hard. I had him. I was all over the course with him that day with Rocky, and I had a little problem on the run course for some reason. I think I got on the wrong out and back when I was tracking her.
Oh,
But
So
no.
I missed
know
her a
that
couple.
happens.
So I
I'm not
missed a
worried
few
about it.
updates there, but
He was worried I
it's
was gonna
fun.
be
I
mad, like-
enjoy it. I really, yeah, it's awesome getting out there. It's value. You know, it can put a
helps.
fire under. You know, when you
yeah.
tell them, you know, one in Pennsylvania, I'm like, you're leading, but I'm like, there's someone right on your tail. And that's the last thing she wanted to hear. But she thanked me after the race.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. I
So-
want that information, definitely.
So the family's going to Hawaii this October. Big Kona. You've done Kona before?
Yep.
What have you
Right.
learned from your past couple Kona experiences that you're going to take this time? Are you racing, or is this a victory lap? As I like to say, some people
Yeah,
try
that's a
so
great
hard to
question.
qualify for something like Boston. Are you going to treat Kona like a race or like a victory lap? And there's no
I
wrong
think-
answer.
Right.
I think it's almost both, but I think I'm gonna try as hard as I can to do the best I can there. I definitely want to, try to place as high as I can, but if I don't, it's whatever, just being there. Getting there is like the
Kona.
hardest thing. I mean, that's the hardest. I'll say like there's like 3 athletic things I've done that are the hardest things I feel like I've ever done. One is to qualify for Kona. The other would be doing a sub-3 marathon, and then the other one would be breaking 20 minutes in the mile in college and swimming. I like the 3 things that, and yeah, Kona's up there. It is hard just to qualify. Once you're there, yeah, there's a lot less pressure for me. But I'm still going to try to place high. But I think I've learned just, the weather, heat training is a big thing out there. The weather is a huge thing in Ironmans. Out there, it's going to be wind and heat.
Heat slows, everybody down, especially us bigger guys. She does well in the heat, but still slows you down. It slows
Right.
everybody.
Everybody.
But
That's what my coach
she
taught me.
can tolerate it.
Yeah,
I think I personally think she can do pretty well there because the bike setup. She's a great climber too, so I liked her in Placid, but the bike
Yeah.
wasn't ideal set up for climbing. We've been experimenting with gearing and stuff.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of that too. But she's really gonna be set up right for Kona, and I think this bike build's gonna help her.
When I was
Her
there,
coach are gonna be more about competing there.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell her, I'd like to, but the second year I went back there, I ended up placing 6th in my age, and so I sort of like would love the redemption of trying to shoot
Because-
for top 5 because that's podium.
Top
Oh,
5 is
And
40
placing
minutes.
6th
Right.
sucks. So, and I've always been like the person that places right outside the podium. So we'll see. I'm not that worried about it if I don't. I just gonna
Like-
go out there and give it a hell of a
Like
try.
Talladega
And,
Nights, 6 is first loser.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, I'll shoot for it, but if I don't, it's fine. Like, I think the qualifying is the harder thing, honestly, because it's easy to put pressure,
Now, will you go out extra early? Because some people will do like a 3-week trip to Kona.
I wish I could do a 3-week trip. The first couple times I think I did 2 weeks, which was ideal. That was great. This time I think we're only going to be able to go out for 9 days, like 7 ahead of the race, 7 or 8 ahead of the race, which should be enough time.
Gotcha.
For Kona, I suggest going out a week in advance at least because it's just different from all the other ones. Like for some reason, it's just like you need that time to get acclimated to the jet lag and then like the weather. But
We'll see.
it should be all right.
We're gonna have our place the Saturday before for sure. That's when I'll go.
Right.
I got my time approved there. But you never know. She
I've gone out
collaborate
before
with
times,
people and finds out someone's out there. I mean,
Right.
she's welcome. She'll go earlier. She's mentioned if I could, I'd like to go a little earlier.
just
but,
like 4 days earlier than they come
but
out
we'll
to like
see.
get the bike settled,
Yeah.
We'll see.
sleep, and
So
But I
everyone
agree with you.
arrives, you've taken care of the shit you got to take care of,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to worry about a lot.
exactly.
Of stuff. Yeah.
And then like my family's there and I can pay more attention to them too. Like, you know, like you got to get the bike dialed, you got to get sleep to get acclimated to the jet lag. And then like, yeah, just sort of get settled, but
You
still
gotta
cool.
do 3 weeks where you go out 2 weeks early by yourself. You take care of a few things.
They'd love that.
Flies in 3 days before the race, and then you stay a full week after.
Dude, that would be so awesome. Yeah, I wish. Oh my God, that's ideal.
Chattanooga one year, she went out like the week earlier, a little earlier.
I went out like 4 days before.
4 days before me, and I was racing at the time, and I had to work. I remember getting up. I took off on my bike in the dark, took off, went up the coast from here, went up to Portsmouth, went through Newcastle, filled up my water bottle, came back. I think I did 90 miles by 10 in the morning. Jumped in my car, went to the airport, and I was eating a pizza on the terminal, drinking a beer to get down to Chat, and she picked me up in Tennessee like a day before the race. So we have done that.
Yeah. So I ran the New York City Marathon last November, and to this day, it is the greatest single day experience I've ever had in any kind of race.
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember going out there and saying to my sister, because she lives there, I need to come on Thursday. It need to take in the whole weekend.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't the same as the Ironman was in the village with all the other people competing in the Ironman.
Yeah.
I remember getting out to Mont Tremblant. We left Thursday morning, get there early in the afternoon, and do Thursday, do Friday, Saturday.
We went out to Wednesday for Placid, and that was ideal.
Yeah, Wednesday was nice going the day early.
Yeah. So there's, for some reason, I think Ironman and triathlon have that. It's a weekend long.
It is
thing versus just the race day. Cause I didn't get that with New York City. It never felt like that in New York City with the exception of the race.
It is. It really is. Absolutely. That's 100% true. Plus they make you check in earlier, you know, like we'll check in on Tuesday for Kona. Is check-ins like Tuesday to Thursday. The race is Saturday.
Oh,
so
wow.
like, you know, you can check in on, so if we get there Sunday, really.
For a typical Ironman, Erica, like Mont Tremblant or Lake Placid, if your race is Sunday, you have to check in on Thursday or Friday. Saturday is not a check-in day.
Yeah.
Well, no, never. I can imagine because you have to set up like your bike and you have to get
you have
transition
bags
set up.
like fun bags and bike bags, and
it's not just showing up like a marathon where you're just like, check a bag, I'm gonna run. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a lot more things. Gear. It's like
now, Mike, you've qualified for World Championships too, but you did not get to experience Kona. Because those were a couple of the years where they were experimenting with different sites. Tell us how you qualified for the World Championships. I think it was in St. George.
Was this right after COVID when they did this? Is that the reason why they split it?
It was
a little bit.
It started around COVID. That's when they started moving it around the World Championship, and then they split it between men and women. I don't know if they were doing it for the money because they could get like a double championship that way with the slots, you know, with the, I'm not sure.
It started just because Kona couldn't support as many people as maybe Ironman wanted to. And also COVID presented a problem with the hospitals in Kona.
Yeah.
Like they didn't
that's right.
They didn't have enough beds to treat everyone who's sick and then possibly treat everyone who crashes or gets heat stroke or something from a race.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we went down to Panama City Beach to do the Ironman. And we were both, we were ready for that race. I do pretty well on flat bike courses, and
he did great.
We went down there, and the swim was like a double red flag. So we've done the half down there a couple times, and then the full. And what we hear about is how beautiful the swim is. Every time we're down there, that's a straight into the ocean swim, no bay or anything. And it's been like double red flags, and they've never now they're being, I think, a little more strict with the safety. They just canceled
Boise,
but
amateurs.
They threw us in there one year non-wetsuit on the half, but for the full, it was really, really bad swim.
But we didn't know till we were like in it. Like there was no warning.
It was a 2-loop, and I came in off the second loop, and it was a little worse further out. Like you're kind of used to the breaks. It's hard on the ocean getting through those. But it never stopped. We were hitting whitecap. It was really bad. And then the buoys were all over the place coming back in. So people were, as long as you made your way around that red buoy, coming back in, people were all over the place. Like there was no pack. No, it was like unreal. And I remember coming up on the beach to go out for my second loop, and I looked at the clock and I saw my time, and I was like, "Oh my God!" It was like 12 minutes slower than normal.
Oh,
So I think it
wow.
took me about 25 minutes longer for that swim. And
Everybody,
most
you know?
people, even the pros, I think,
Yeah, we were like,
some of them.
I knew
Some of those
what
pros
place
are-
I was in. Like, I knew that my swim was good because of the people I was around.
Okay.
But my swim was 17 minutes slower total in the end than
Yeah.
it would have normally been.
At least
So,
everybody
but I was
trending
fine
that
because
way,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
the people I need to be with. so-
Exactly.
So
But he
I,
didn't have that. He just had the.
Yeah. So
Like, oh,
I
shit.
thankfully, our coach, Mary Beth Ellis, she pushes, she takes all the anxiety to the swim. We do a lot of swimming with her. She does a lot, big volume, a lot of time in the pool. And I felt as prepared as any other age group, I got to tell you, thanks to her, because she really, we even said that. Well, good thing we had that swim background. So I had for my age, I did okay for the swim. I did fine. I was where I needed to be because everyone had a bad swim.
No, yeah.
And then I felt good on the bike. I just got out there and I had been, I went with some bigger gearing on that bike too. I upped my chain ring on my front to try to go with, I went like a 54 on that. And it was windy and I just was slipstreaming like you wouldn't believe. I'm big on coming up behind guys, hanging on as long as I don't get a penalty.
Legal.
Slipstream, right on the edge of being legal. And I was just hammering. And I just kept pushing and pushing. I had a pretty good bike split for me. I was like just under a 520, I think, on the bike.
Damn.
And then
That's good.
I had a solid run, and it was good enough to catch. I mean, it was a big roll down. I mean, the first 10 slots they went individually. Then they're like, okay, anyone that finished like from 10th to 20th place. And I think I was still 19th. I didn't do awesome, but I took it. So I'm like, I
Why
gotta
not?
take it. I'm like,
Yeah.
and it was because of,
It's all up to you. If you wanna take
it
yeah.
definitely had to do with the times. But again, we trained through COVID and we were there. You still gotta
finish.
you still gotta get
Yeah.
that Ironman done and create that opportunity.
Right.
So
We have a friend, Scott Black, podiumed at Mont Tremblant twice. One time of those podiums, he crashed his bike, broken ribs and everything. Podiumed at Cozumel, podiumed in Norway.
wow.
Never got the coin to go to Kona.
Yeah.
And he got 11th in not
Then he got
Boise, but Coeur d'Alene. He got 11th.
Yep.
And he got the
And he
coin.
got
to
it.
go to
Yeah.
Kona.
Good for him. He earned
Yeah, he
it.
deserves. I mean, they roll it down, and they
Yeah.
have a lot of people in that age group,
Yeah.
so they get more spots, and
And
now
I
it's a little
kept that in
different.
my mind too because of the circumstances on the run, and I just kept plugging away. I had a pretty good run too. I was
Yeah.
able to come around at mile 20 and rally the last 5 or 6 miles. I had to dig really deep, but I think just I hung in there enough, and so I think we put the time in to deserve it. I feel like
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
so
So
it was good.
we know like Kona vibes. You've both experienced Kona, spectating and competing, but you got to experience St. George when they made all these changes and these switches and they're exploring and trying. Like I even think they went to Nice, France once. Like,
Yeah.
did it have world championship feels?
I loved it.
It did. Yeah, they had a huge
I spectated. It was so much fun
a
spectating.
huge pre-race banquet. They had it was sort of like a lot of Hawaiian wording they used, and it was
Oh.
about coming together in the new beginning. They called it a kumakahi or something.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. They had a huge banquet before, and they had the flame, the guys with the flames, juggling
And the broadcasting of the race was
and
so
they
cool.
combined it with the Western atmosphere with like
It's really-
Native
it's a
Americans
crazy
with
course.
they really brought it together nice. They had a huge race morning. We're at this reservoir near Zion Hill, helicopters going above, and it was a big deal too, even there. And
That course is insane, by the way.
driving that course pre-race was daunting. I was like, am I going
Dude,
to be able to?
I did the run. I did 18 miles on the run. I got back. I go, babe, you're gonna have to pull out all the tricks on this one. I don't know what else to tell you. It's like, let's be real here. You know what I mean? And he's like, okay, but we knew that bike course was gonna
Yeah,
be
we had
good.
to
I mean, it
climb
was just
Snow
insane.
Canyon
I used to
National
train out
Park.
there.
at
Yeah.
mile 90. I
wow.
think it was.
And
it's
the
like
swim is
8,000 feet,
insane.
you know,
So
and you have to go up that snow canyon. And then there was the wall, which was about mile 60. That was another big climb. And
huge.
yeah, it was pretty, and it was so exposed, you know. There was no
Hot.
shade.
Like
It was
so hot.
exposed, and of course, you know, you see what I think Blumenfeld just destroyed it.
Oh, I mean, and they had a hub
It's like
in
how
town.
do they
So
do
cool.
that, you know? But it did have that feel.
They
I
would like
thought
run
it,
around this rotary, and
thought
there was
it-
like people announcing in the hub, you know, and they were like up on a stand, and like the announcing was like the best part.
I
Like,
think they did a great job with the feel, but
the music
in the
and
end, the
everything.
holy grail is Kona, and we always disagree too. We're like, they gotta just make it Kona.
And they got
It's like the Boston.
they got to
and
put
so
it back
I agree
onto
with
one
that.
day, and they got to have it in Kona. That's how
I
I feel.
agree with the way they went back to, but
He's never been out to Kona, so I'm
yeah,
excited.
I actually haven't been there, even
Oh,
spectating.
no way.
Yeah.
Because when
so
I
this
went,
is-
we weren't together.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
So when we have you back, both of you,
Yeah.
to hear about Kona, to hear how Katy does, I need the comparison.
There we
Okay,
go.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
seen St. George. You hyped
Yep.
it up big time. I need that comparison
Okay.
because if I ever got the opportunity to do World Championships, it has to be Kona.
Kona. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably, you know,
I've been to both
I
like
agree.
scenes
I
and
agree. Yeah,
Kona because there's so
you
much
know,
history there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the energy lab, the Queen K, the lava fields, the hot, the
It's part of
wind,
the reason why I got
the
the slot,
swim behind the
probably,
body
you know,
glove
and
boat. It's just all
it's not.
I mean,
yeah.
Elite
If
drive.
they
Like
moved
there's
the Boston Marathon to
Yeah.
Lowell, it did the Bay State.
Yeah.
It's not the same. You know
No,
what I
it's
mean?
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the same.
exactly.
No.
yeah.
Always agreed with that 100%. Her and I just couldn't pass it up.
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't-
yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't be- like
And-
I would not pass
It was
up the
cool,
chance
though.
And they did a
to
great job
I
trying
had so
to
much fun
make
there.
it, you know.
It's a beautiful area
make
too.
it,
It's
but
crazy
it's
there.
not Kona.
I feel
from
like
what
had that been the spot all along, like the history there and everything, it would be the same. But it just doesn't have the history. I think that's the main difference.
Yeah.
You know, it's the history of the sport. Like, you know, people crawling through that energy lab and just the meltdowns and the Iron War, everything.
We did
It's
have
like,
quite a experience in St. George. I'm
Yeah.
swimming in a dumpy wreck pool. And Katy says, "You're not going to believe who's swimming in the lane next to you." And I'm like, "Is that who I think?" Dave Scott.
Oh,
legend.
I'd love to talk too.
Talk
We
about the
talked-
Iron War.
We talked before, and then I saw him after the race. He asked me how'd it go. Dave Scott. I'm in a
shower.
dumpy shower in the rec room with Dave Scott,
do you feel like
and he wanted to know what I ate because I blew up my run. I tanked.
Oh,
It was
no.
my
As it-
worst.
as it
My
happens,
worst
it
run ever
happens.
was out there.
It happened.
And he wanted to know what I ate, and I told him. He's, "Oh, why'd you?" I do. He's like, "I'm real good with math," and I'm telling him. He goes, "Yeah, why do you normally eat like that?" And I go, "No, I kind of panicked. I panicked and took in too much sodium, and I think I ingested too much sodium. Where you want to kind of let that dissolve."
Erica knows what that's like. Like
But anyway,
ultra.
that was it. That was
all about the food.
that was
and
quite
oh
the
my
treat.
goodness.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Can't relate.
Salt and just everything with the food. It's like
do you feel like, and I don't have an experience of this, but I just kind of get this vibe because Scott, when I would travel and crew for Scott quite a bit, he was so natural at talking to the pros. And I just feel like the pros would talk back to him just like fellow triathletes, fellow runners, you know, Ironman.
Yeah.
They are regular people. They're just
oh,
really good
they
athletes.
so are.
Didn't
Yeah.
care that they were a big deal. Where I kind of feel like when you go to a world major marathon, you don't
Yeah.
get those opportunities with those
No.
legend runners. You more so just
No.
have to go and watch
It's-
them speak on a panel.
It's crazy.
It's really
These
cool with
people
the
are
sport.
the
You know, it's
craziest
really
athletes.
cool. You're out there on the course with the best.
And you can't really do
You
that.
can't do that in other. It is an age
No.
group, and you
Football
can
or,
be.
you know.
You know, it's really cool. They pass you on the run, and it's pretty exciting.
And
you
then
know?
just
But-
like the whole expo,
Expo,
weekend
everything,
thing,
yeah.
you run into them and you say, "Hey, there was
Yeah.
a guy," and
Awesome.
Matt Russell.
Yep.
Yeah,
He stayed
Russell,
2 rooms
yeah.
down from us in Cozumel.
yeah,
We would like eat breakfast with him. It was his second breakfast of the day, actually. Always.
yeah.
But you know,
Second
Scott would talk to Matt Russell, and
Yeah.
this is shortly after Matt Russell had his huge accident in Kona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So and he's just
It's unbelievable. I remember that. Yeah, he had the halo on.
He hit the van.
Yes. So Katy was talking to Paula Finley at the awards banquet, and she just,
won.
you know,
I was like,
she
what do
just
you use for
won, and
gearing?
we're
this time?
talking, and
Just-
then you're right. You brush. It's cool. They're just
Mhm.
very humbling.
They're just like everyone else, but they
athletes.
shouldn't be because they're amazing. So it's like, you guys are like the best athletes on the planet, but they're just so humble because they don't get a lot of attention. So they don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're out there for the heart of it because it's, for some of them, it's just like, it's not a business because they're not making that much money. So they still
True
have
love of
that
the
heart to
sport.
be out. They have to have the heart and soul because like they're not making millions. So
Yeah. For
if
us,
they're
it's
out there, it's because they
talking
love
to-
it,
Yeah, for us, it's like talking to hockey terms here, a Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Tom Brady. Like,
for them,
honestly.
it's just like talking to their friend or to another guy out there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Christian Blumenfeld, how absolutely crazy what this guy is doing, it's like if you got to talk to him, be like talking to Tom Brady of the
It's
sport.
kind of like talking to
It's-
the
he's
next
that
Bob
insane.
Babbitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next
Guy.
and the ultra runner over here. And the ultra runner over here doing her. I don't think she said a word about her accolades.
I know.
She's doing like 50
I
mile
know.
One of
runs
our
over
friends
here.
once called me he called me the New Hampshire Courtney Dauwalter, and I just
I was
laughed.
gonna
I'm
say
like,
Courtney.
not even fucking close.
Yeah.
Courtney.
It's like,
Hard back.
it's amazing what
I
this
love
sport
it.
does. Look at this,
I know.
We got Bob Babbitt here in our kitchen.
I know.
Courtney.
Hey,
Water.
when we are doing our thing in Kona one day, I need you two there to come on the pod with us.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be
Would
fun.
love to.
One
Would
of
be honored.
the way we found you, Katy, was incredible. I remember I was actually in Las Vegas for work, and I'm DMing you on the airplane and like, please
Yep.
come on the pod because you just broke your back, and then
Yep.
2 months later you won the Disney Marathon, which was this huge accomplishment. And it was more in my mind. The story was that 7-month period from running into
Right.
a year at Ironman Mont Tremblant.
Still blows
Yeah.
my mind. 7 months later.
Right, that whole story, recovery and everything. And really, I want to hear Mike's version. And I need to shout out our amazing sponsor for this episode. It's called Back in Action. He's in Concord, New Hampshire, and his goal is to always get you back in action. So
Yeah.
what was that entire period like for you, Mike? From
Okay.
learning that she crashed her bike to learning how she crashed her bike, and then that 7-month period of getting her back in action to win the Disney Marathon. Not a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to summarize it fairly quick because it's pretty fresh in my mind actually. So we were in Mont Tremblant. You're very familiar with the course. She had a great race going. I'm on the beginning of Du Plessis. I'll go out there on the climb so I can get some footage of her and cheer her on. She's not going by as quick. She comes by. I'm like, "You're looking great." She was looking great. Dean had recently refit her bike. She comes up looking great. So I take off to transition it. I cheer her on going up Du Plessis. It's an out and back. It's like, big, Eric knows, big climbing area. It's around mile 48 or something.
Eric,
I had to
my
transition.
watch paused.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I think I remember hearing that.
Oh, really? So I had to transition, and I'm over by her bike on the side, waiting for her to come in, and I'm checking the tracker. And the tracker, you know how it is. It's like, what's going on? Is it not updating? Is she just not updating? It's just all of a sudden I get a call from a Canadian number, and it's the med team, and they're like, "I'm with Katy. She's gonna be okay, but we got to get her back to the med tent. I'm gonna let you talk to her for a minute." And then I talked to her. She was pretty hysterical and a lot of pain. And then basically told me she had a deer, and then put me back on with the med team, and they told me where to go and meet them. So I went running from transition to the med tent, and their on site doctors were great actually at
Wonderful.
Ironman. They were super careful with her.
Yeah.
Just really, they did everything they could do without. They might have did a ultrasound too. They did everything they could do, but not an X-ray.
I think they did.
I
think they did. Yeah, they did an ultrasound. They tried to have internal bleeding.
Yeah.
And
So they
for
checked her over
anyone
good.
listening right now who might have missed this 200 episodes ago, a deer, ran in front of Katy while she's on the bike,
And I hit it, yeah.
at like
Yeah.
what 25 plus
25
miles
miles an hour. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
T-boned the deer.
Yeah.
Up and over, and the bike was.
And then when the deer left, I once the deer scrambled off, I went flying and like somehow twisted around and landed on my back and then my head really hard.
So I'm at the med tent with them, and they did a really good evaluation of her, and we came to the decision she had to go to the hospital. She needed some X-rays because they didn't want to.
I went to stand up, and you guys.
Yeah, they went to move her. in part of the evaluation, and she was in some extreme pain.
I had already had major drugs.
So then there was
too, so they're
concern with the spine. So they basically had you on a sort of a board.
on a board, like for the rest of the
Yeah,
day.
like a sked board. And then decided we were going to take the ambulance. So I jumped in the ambulance with her, and we went to a hospital. It was a little ways.
It was like
between
45 minutes away.
navigating outside of the race course and then it was like a 45-minute drive.
Wow.
And we were there. She got initially checked in pretty good, but then we were in like the hallway. It was crowded. It was still COVID-ish times, and crowded. We had a hallway. They had the number in the hallway. It was busy hospital.
They wouldn't let me leave.
They seemed
wouldn't let me
great.
move.
We thought they were going to get to her right away, but we had her health insurance information and everything, but I didn't have the credit card.
Oh.
And we still thought we were all set, but then it was hours and hours going by.
And I still didn't have an X-ray.
And then it seemed like we weren't going to get the service we wanted. So I ended up having to get a ride from a young kid that got hit by a bike accident on the course.
That was like a spectator.
The parents were there, and the spectator got hit.
Spectator got hit by a bike.
So he got discharged. So it couldn't have been too
That
serious.
bad, yeah. Oh, still.
So I jumped the ride with them back to the race to get the credit card
And the car.
And the car.
Because we're like, how are we going to get
And that was, her in the hospital. It was very nerve wracking. And we stayed in the village that year. Not all the years we did. Sometimes we stayed with the Ali's. This year we stayed in the village. And so it was hard for me to get the car, get out of there. Finally got back up to the hospital. And then boom, things kind of happened a lot quicker.
As soon as we paid.
When we paid.
Of course.
And it's not that they didn't take our insurance, but apparently they probably don't get the money as smoothly as they'd like to outside of the country. So we got that resolved. Fortunately, there was no.
Canada gives you free health care right away.
I know.
Right. What?
Yeah, right. Yeah, for the citizens. Yeah.
I guess not for us.
Yeah. So they were great once things got rolling. Doctor was great. There was no spine structural damage, but the transfer process bones where the fracture and break were those little wings off the spine.
Yeah.
And
they were just worried about like a compression fracture because once he like looked at my back, he was like,
it wasn't cut and dry without the MRI.
Like it could be broken there, so whatever. But they made me just like lay there for 7 hours.
Yeah, so it was a long, full night.
And finally, I like lost it. I was just like crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awful. Like and like this is like just awful. I can't. And he just.
We didn't get back to the room like till the next morning, I don't think. And
it was like late. No, it was just late at night.
Yeah.
But I told you I wasn't.
Maybe
I was only wearing a hospital gown and no shoes and no clothes.
Yeah. So. We got her back to the room, got her settled, and we got some friends that offered us to stay with them another night. They were there long, and we just wanted to head home. So we just got her back home, and from there it was working with her coach and the doctor. She followed up here with MRIs and spine specialists on thinking Andover, and it was mostly pain management and giving it time to heal. And
just sitting around for
a lot of.
I couldn't drive or anything, so I just sat at home.
Couldn't work for like a month.
Couldn't work, yeah.
And then it became first pedaling on the bike.
Just spinning on the bike for like a half hour, I think. But again, that core, it's just all swimming was out.
Slow process back of cycling
and running.
Eventually swimming, and then the run was probably the last thing, right?
The running,
able to get
swimming was the last thing. Running was
swimming.
actually in conjunction. The spinning was the first thing because that's the easiest thing. But I had to like raise my bike up. I remember because like I couldn't like nothing.
And I was supposed to do that race, but I was cooked after St. George. That I just had. I'm like I told her I just need a break, and I was signed up, but I didn't. After that, I'm like I just need a break. I'm like I got to take a break, get caught up on life and the house and everything. So from there, she just progressively got better and stronger, and her coach is wonderful at working with injuries and to turn. She likes to. Well, I think that doctor's being a little aggressive. Let's try this week. Let's try this.
Like, let's do more.
She's awesome. Let's do a little more. Let's do a little more.
Man, that's what we do for Boston, too.
Or sometimes she'll pull it back too. Sometimes she'll go the other direction and be like, I don't want to take any chance with this. Yeah.
And she was like,
one time she saw a video I took and she's like, you know what? We're going a little fast here. Let's pull it back.
Because it looked like I was like limping.
She was concerned. And then so from there we started talking about just like doing a Disney trip, and We inspired my daughter to do a marathon.
We were already signed up
so-
for that marathon, but it was the first thing.
Oh
I
yeah,
was gonna
before
be
the
able to
accident,
do. Yeah.
my daughter already was inspired basically to do a race.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take a break, and my daughter's like, I want to do a Disney marathon. So she did the Newburyport half, and I trained with her, and Katy coached her, and I did all my long runs with my daughter Bella on the weekends and everything, and we just brought her up to a marathon distance. We went there, and she started coming around good and stronger, and started to look at past results for Disney, and like, you
Yeah, I
never
was
know
like,
who shows up,
whatever,
but
but
I
I
never
was-
know. I could have a shot at this thing. So she submitted a good time, got in the elite field,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went down there, and it was an epic day. My daughter to this day says one of her greatest memories of her life. We got up at again like 3:30.
We didn't sleep.
Got on the buses, headed to Epcot, and headed out. You know, Katy they had like a first loop. We literally saw her come by at like mile 3 or 4 with a bunch of guys, and we're like, I think she's winning. It was dark still, but I'm like, I think she's in the lead before we even started our race, because they launch you in waves. You know, we were in the back. We weren't starting too early in that one, and yeah, we just headed out, and we headed out, and it was like halfway through the marathon. My daughter got, we were three hours we weren't even 3 hours. We were around 3 hours, and my daughter got a message on her Apple Watch from her boyfriend that Katy just won this thing, first place. Like, what? So, unbelievable day. I couldn't wait to finish that race to see her.
Yeah.
And see, that she grabbed that, that ribbon and won it. It was unreal. So, it was just a great day. Ironically, she met up with one of my old high school friends that moved
She took good care of me after that race. She's like,
moved
"Come on,
down there,
yeah."
took Katy into the VIP area. She had some interviews from a friend she knew that she went to school
Oh yeah,
with.
it just so happens that
Everything,
this guy
the
I went to high
stars
school with.
aligned, and it was unbelievable celebrating. We all went out to did we go to Epcot that night? And we just had a great celebration. And my daughter's first. I just had fun running it with her,
Mm-hmm.
and then Katy winning it. It was a
After the
really
whole
great
thing,
moment.
I
My
was like,
son
"This
was
is great."
there, and his girlfriend, and we had a good group there. It was a really great moment.
It's right here. So this poster
Yeah.
behind me, I call our foundation. And on this poster is
Yeah.
everyone from our first 100 episodes.
Really?
Wow.
Oh,
Katy, you're right there. So that's
awesome.
it was episode 49. And
Nice.
so these are all these photos are like the photos I use on Instagram when we drop your episode.
That is so cool. I
So
love
you're
it.
right there. That's awesome.
I'm
So,
honored.
Yeah, you might even be on it a second time because I needed to add a few extra photos. So there'll be a few
Nice.
that say like tomorrow on the pod or something or
That's
logo.
awesome. I
So-
love it.
Yeah.
49 right there. That was such a cool deal. Because of a bigger deal was just the New Hampshire connection as well. And it was just all over the news. And then we were the New Hampshire connection here on the pod. And
Yeah.
it wouldn't feel the same if we were like in, Southern California and you're in New
Right.
Hampshire, but we were like, this
Yeah.
girl was through all this in the last 7-8
Such
months.
an
And
incredible
normally
story.
it's like you're kind of just out there. Like when you're training, you're not, no one's watching, no one cares. It's like, it's just all, am I going to be able to get back to it? And there comes a point, when you're still having pain or you're still like, you feel like you've been, sort of recovered long enough and you still have these little things that are coming up from that injury that you're like, am I ever going to get back to like where I was? Or like, is this going to be like a permanent thing that I'm getting pain on the side, and I feel like that happens with every injury I've had, like broken ankle, whatever, where I'm like, I hope I can get back to what it was before,
Mhm.
and that's the biggest fear, you do get those panicky moments, but that's injuries. That's life. That's injuries.
She
It
gets
happens
real
with every
emotional
injury.
when it comes to injuries because she's
Yeah.
the fear of not being able to do it for her is unreal.
Panic.
And then the community the people that reached out like you guys, and
Yeah.
it was more than just a podcast from you. You were the things you guys said.
The
and
next Bob Babbitt.
meeting you guys at the race at
Exactly.
Hampton, meeting Bob Babbitt and Erica here at Hampton, and just hanging out, having
Yeah,
a
the
few
connections you
beers.
make from these things.
Just the fun and the community that reached out to her afterwards, and just after the injuries, and then even more so after the winning the Disney marathon was great. It was just all fun, and
Mhm.
the support's all the community is awesome. It's, it doesn't seem, it seems big to us, but it's not. If in the
A
big
big,
scheme of things,
people
the
don't know
triathlete
about
world, it's
triathlon,
fairly
like,
small still.
yeah.
But
Well, a
it's
lot of
getting
people
bigger.
think Ironman and they're like, oh, I could never. They're like, that's hard. And really, there's a lot of harder things you could do. And
Yeah.
like, you can do it. You can
Yeah.
literally do an
Yeah.
Ironman or a
set out to
triathlon.
finish
It's
it.
not
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
put in the effort.
I mean,
and
I
train
wasn't
for
born
things.
doing this,
Yeah.
it's like I had to be in the same position where I
Yeah.
didn't know if I could do it,
Yeah.
when I started. I just signed up and was like, I don't even know how to ride a bike,
It's a
it's like, so,
commitment, and
but
then
the belief I could do it is what helped me, I
There
think.
we
like
go.
the further you go with the stuff, the more competitive, or the more you get committed. Like skiing, you got to invest in the equipment, and it
Yeah.
becomes a lifestyle.
Right. Well, we
So-
had Ashley Paulson on a couple weeks ago, and her
Yeah,
dad
she's-
sponsored
Who?
her.
Ashley.
Ashley.
Oh yeah, we've met Ashley on the
Love her.
Ironman circuit too.
Her dad sponsored her for her first Ironman. And
Yeah.
it wasn't that she didn't think she could do it. She knew she could do it, but she's like, oh, the time. And it's not just an $800 registration fee. It's a multi-$1,000 bike. It's
Yeah.
the training. It's the triathlon shoot. It's the travel. You're there for at least 5 days. She's like,
Mhm.
she's like, the money is
Yeah.
one thing to register. It's everything else. So
Yeah.
I think when you
Absolutely.
hear Ironman, a lot of people are like, they think it's daunting, but you
Yeah.
can really do it, and it's the belief.
That's
So
yeah, and that's another reason
Yeah.
I want to perform for him, perform out there for him,
Mhm.
because he invests so much of his time and money and all these things to support me doing this. It's like I have to be able to get out there and do the best I can.
But I'm always okay
You know
with
what
whatever.
I mean? I at least have to
however she
show up
does.
and do a good job.
I'm always okay
it's like,
with it. Like,
and
I'm
I know
not-
he's my husband, but it's still this person's investing a lot of time in me, a lot of energy today. I'm gonna go out there and do as hard as I can,
But that's who
the
she
best I
is,
can.
because I'm happy with it regardless of the
Mhm.
result.
Well, that's-
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but-
I'm more worried how
But
she's
that's how I
going to
feel.
react to her result at the end of the race than I am.
Right.
So that's really.
well, that's a great time now for me to tie in our final 2 questions brought to you by My Race Tats. We each have a final question for you, and I'm going to go first. And I did not prep you, but I think you're going to answer this flawlessly. So my question is, how do the two of you support each other, and what advice would you give another couple who are both competing in the same sport? Maybe one at a higher level than the other, but you're both competing, you're both training. How do you support each other for your own goals in this triathlon journey you got?
I guess I could start first. I mean, I would recommend trying to be on a similar schedule so you can participate together as much as possible. You're not going to be able to do it all depending on the level, but there's still a lot you can do not being on the same level. Especially if you're signing up for the same races, right? You're doing your long runs and your long bikes on similar days. You can head out and do portions together and support each other that way. Go to the pool together, even if you're not the same speed, and do track workouts. They're a great example. You can bring all your hydration to the track, do all kinds of track workouts, even though you're not doing the same workout.
Swim
Right,
together.
right.
Swims, So I really recommend trying to schedule yourselves to participate as much as possible. Do it together, and then just try to keep it as positive as you can, even when you're tested. I mean, you're going to be tested. You're going to run thin on time. You're not going to spend enough time with your elders. You're not going to spend enough time. You're going to try to manage the guilt the best you can.
That's the hardest.
That is the difficult task that I find for myself, and manage the guilt
Just an iron.
and get the support from family members, because in the end, when they start to see your accomplishments, I think
Then
they're
they get
envious of you, and not in a bragging way, but I think it's a great thing. You're out there living your life, doing what you love to do. And I'd be more happy for my kids. I'm always happy to see them doing something they enjoy, whether camping or whatever they're doing. So have an appreciation for what anyone likes to do and what their goals are and what each other's goals are.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same. I was just going to say, just remember the kind of support that you would like to have and give that to the other person. Just remember what you need and try to, give that to them and support their goals too. And make it just as big of a deal, regardless of what you're shooting for, like support that goal. That's all. Like just think of what you would like and give that to them, and
Consistent.
give each other sugar when you start to bonk on a 100-mile ride.
Yeah.
That's always a plus.
Convince them to in.
And for her, she
Because it
really
helps.
likes to do stuff together. Like
Yeah.
she's missing that a little bit because it's a little hard. We were hammering the long bike rides together on weekends. Now she's doing them on Thursdays. But I'll go do maybe an hour with her at the end
Yeah.
right now because I can't keep up with her right now, especially in the
Well,
climbs.
yeah, you
So
can.
the togetherness, she calls it togethers. She goes, so we're gonna do it together. You're gonna go out for a run with me, or you're gonna, so try
Yeah.
to keep
Activities.
the
There we
activities going.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, you guys definitely nailed that one.
Now,
so I wonder. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I did not prep you for that, but I did prep you for Erica's question.
Well, I was watching Bob Babbitt before this, so I was prepped kind of.
There we go. So you guys know about my question then. So we have that Spotify playlist, and instead of asking you guys for an individual song to add to it, I want to know what your song is, your song together, either your wedding song or just a song that kind of fits the two of you as like your personalities, something like that.
I mean, we probably could do that in 2 songs.
Yeah.
I think our wedding, like, we were both pretty set on a slam dunk on entering,
With
like, the wedding with
traditional
Christopher Cross
sailing song. That's like our.
I know
that's
it's
like our
not too
romantic
like,
song.
but
That's awesome. But then what?
we felt like that was really it. And then, well, I think you're kind of favoring me there. Like I like a lot of like AC/DC, like War Machine, Thunderstruck, Metallica
Thunderstruck would
stuff.
probably be the one
Classic
from the two of
80s.
us.
Where I think she likes a little more of the hard rap stuff when it comes to the
Okay.
cycling.
But I'd say Thunderstruck for the two of us.
Okay. Yeah.
Game on,
yeah.
you guys. Thunderstruck is yours.
All right.
Love it.
Awesome.
Love it.
But she has a great playlist. We're in the room on the bikes. She comes up with, she gets
I'm
away
the
from
DJ
some of that class.
master.
Yeah, she's a real good DJ. And she did
I spend so much
she
time
did
out
a
there
huge
myself.
rap
I gotta have
song
good
at the
songs.
wedding. She did a rap performance for me at our wedding.
I wrote a rap.
that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's for a different
There's
podcast.
video
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah, she has a full video of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Well, guys, this has been incredible. And
Yeah.
one more thank you. This is so cool.
Thank you.
that
Yeah.
we get to do this, but I hope you like sandals because UFOS is going to send you both a pair of
Oh my
UFOS
God.
sandals
Nice.
on the
Nice.
podcast
Wow.
today.
Thank you.
Sick. That's awesome.
What?
Thank you. Wow.
I think Bob Babbitt keeps his I think Bob Babbitt keeps
Kona.
his,
We'll be
his
wearing 'em in
sponsorship
Kona.
stuff to himself. I don't even think Bob Babbitt gives stuff out to his guests.
No,
That's awesome.
That's a pretty cool deal.
Cozy.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll have
be
them in
wearing 'em in
time for
Kona.
Yeah.
For
We will.
sure. Awesome.
We'll shout out to you for the Oofers and Kona. Awesome.
Erica, do you have any final comments for these 2 incredible guests? That you two are fantastic. We could listen to you the whole
thanks.
time you run the show. Minimal show notes on my end here. You
Oh.
two just crushed it on your own.
Yes,
Thank you.
literal no notes for you guys. You did wonderful. It was so nice getting to catch up. But one more thing I do want to know is, so you have a few months before you go back to Kona. Are you going to be doing any local races that we might be able to bump into you at? Just a little like tune up here and there. Do a little
great
something.
I
something.
don't know if not as of now, but if I do, I will absolutely let you guys know so we can link up.
Please. We
I'm
would love
not
that.
sure. If anything, maybe like a 10K or something. I would think
Beautiful.
that
We
would
love
happen.
those kind of races. That's like more my speed.
Yeah. But yeah.
We hope to be. We should be at the Delta Dental 5K.
Okay.
Probably New England half in Concord, right in front of the state capitol.
Okay.
And those will be podcast shows.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll be running a few others, maybe Clarence Del Mar, maybe Newburyport. And
Okay,
then
'cause
we'll have-
Newburyport-
We'll keep our,
yeah,
we'll
we'll
probably
keep
be
it
down
moving
there
forward.
this fall. We'll look
Yeah.
for you guys.
that will be after Kona.
I'm gonna do the Newburyport half because that's one of our races for the team.
Oh,
So
awesome.
the one that's like the 25th, and his daughter's gonna do that too.
Well, if we're there recording, which we could still
Yeah,
do, that's where your Kona
Come by
recap
and say
will be.
hi.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you guys were down there last time.
Yeah,
We were.
Yeah.
For that.
A little far for Erica.
Oh,
I
okay.
can handle it. It's fine. To get to talk to you
Okay.
guys again, I'll make the trip.
Well, you guys,
You're the
you guys
best,
make
Doug.
it easy. I can see why you're
We'll buy you some beers.
why you're on the runs is so successful. You guys are crushing it.
Thank you so
you.
much.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. All right. Thank you.
If I see Bob in Kona, I'm gonna tell him that I've already done the breakfast with Bob. Been above you. I'm sorry, buddy.
We want to
Maybe
stay on his
next
good
time.
side.
We
We want
love
to stay
Maybe
on his
next
good
time,
side.
Bob.
Yeah, we need to be in the
We're
good
going to
side.
actually send you with the UFO some Stoolie stickers. Because we want a couple pictures of Stoolie around Kona.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
see Bob giving the
Perfect.
Stoolie stickers. Guys, that was wicked awesome. This series has been incredible. The reception has been awesome so far. I love the ability to give you something as well, like those UFOs. So thank you so much, Katy and Mike. You guys are awesome. Good luck in Kona. Can't wait to hear all about it, guys.
Thank you so much.
That
Thank
was
you.
wicked awesome.
Runners, whether you're training for your first 5K or your 10th marathon, injuries don't have to be part of the journey. At Back in Action in Concord, New Hampshire, we specialize in keeping runners like you healthy, strong, and on the road. We put together a free run guide covering injury prevention and recovery, built specifically for runners. Download it free, find the link in the show notes. Don't wait until something hurts. Get the guide, stay in the game.
Katy and Mike, oh my gosh, you were so much fun to talk to. It was so awesome just being kind of on the sidelines and you guys were just vibing with each other.
Or in the
and-
hockey rink, on the glass.
Sure.
Mike's the hockey
Yeah,
player.
Just
A
paying
lot of the
attention, you're
Miracle
right.
on Ice references.
That's one of her favorite
Legs
things.
feed the
but
wolf.
another-
Play your game.
Can't with you.
Mike played D1 hockey for Merrimack College. So cool. Go Warriors.
Mhm, mhm. But all I can say, Katy, congratulations on Kona. It's honestly so fantastic.
Woo! Not a big deal, Katy.
You have earned that spot. We're so excited for you. We're going to be following your journey the whole way there. And I mean, go kick ass. That's
Phone
what
like
you're good
this,
at.
Mike. Hey, triathlon talk. Adeline did the triathlon again this weekend. Did you? She did a little
I sure did.
Instagram
She took
takeover.
over. Yep.
right?
Yep.
She crushed
She's
it.
a little. She's
You know
a ham,
who
that
else
one.
I saw there? I saw Amber. Charlie did her first
one.
triathlon.
Mhm.
Crushed it.
Good for
Looked
her.
so much fun. Looked
They're
like so much
cute.
fun.
And I think that's a little bit of a spoiler. at
Maybe.
who,
We'll
who
see.
we're going to be talking
But
to later on.
I sent you some spoilers for our next Summer of Love series episode, which does not drop next week, by the way, because next week is going to be, hopefully, as long as it doesn't downpour on Thursday, our live show
Ooh.
from the 5K. So
It's the
in
weather.
2
Oh,
weeks,
no.
our next Summer of Love series, I sent you a couple teasers.
Mhm.
Were those good?
You did a great job with those. Those were fantastic. And those are also 2 more favorites of the pod. So
Yeah.
you guys are just
Some
going to have to
great
wait and
facial
check it out.
reactions on these teasers, guys.
There's a lot of side eyes. and yep.
Covering their face. Yep.
It's fun.
Learning things they never knew before about their partner
A lot of fun.
on
So,
the podcast. We'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
6-star, take us home.
One more time, we have to thank our wonderful partners. We've got Back in Action Cairo, My Race Tats, and UFOs. Thank you for everything you guys do. You're amazing. Thank you guys for listening to the Summer of Love series. We appreciate all the support. So thank you for listening. You know we love you.
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to strive. This is behind the scenes stuff. Even
Get
so
some
many,
get
so
content.
many drinks drunk.
Carolina, where's the content? Video.
All right, are we ready?
Bring it back.